Today's my official relaunch of this platform. We had a few shows over the summer to try and see what it felt like selling jewelry online and talking all things jewelry online. And I've done a bit of a reformat. I thought it would be fun, first of all, to share, a little bit about me. I've been in the jewelry world for 22 years now, and I've done a little bit of everything from designing and putting collections in stores to fine jewelry and vintage jewelry. And my passion really is about teaching people about collecting, whether it is contemporary or vintage, and spending money in a more thoughtful, meaningful way on jewelry, and understanding a little bit like jewelry is like art. So the history behind jewelry makes it super interesting. You'll even see the referencing here to hardware as we get into a conversation. I thought it would be fun to talk about Aldo Ciapullo today, because a lot of people aren't even aware of this fabulous Italian designer, Aldo Ciapullo, who, I think of as like a father in the late 1960s, early 70s of the turn to modern jewelry, and the person who created the iconic love bracelet for Cartier, as well as the nail bracelet. And today we'll get into a conversation. I'm going to be able to share, this is an original Aldo Ciapullo nail bracelet, signed 1974, Aldo Ciapullo. He always signs his pieces A. Ciapullo. And just to learn a little bit about him, we can go into the historical of what, he moved here from Italy. He based himself in New York in his little studio apartment that he actually never left throughout his career on Central Park West. And his first major job in the 60s was with David Webb. So he really, the 60s to me was the best period of David Webb, when it was really all about colorful stones and the cut of stones and the geometric component and how things fit organically with nature. And from there, he moved on to work for Tiffany's. And it was kind of an interesting time in Tiffany's in 1964 to 1969, because at the end of his time at Tiffany's, he presented the design for the love bracelet, which Tiffany rejected. And fortunately for him, his contract was running out, and he presented the love bracelet to the owner, to the head of Cartier at the time, who loved it. And, his residence with Cartier moved from there. It was just, his want and desire was to create a permanent symbol of love. And he was very drawn to circles. And I think one of the things I've learned that, most people, that circles are the most organic shape in nature. It's eternity, it's the continuity, it's infinity in a way. It's the loop that never ends. And for him, he took the house of Cartier out of, an era of just high stones and high jewelry into an emerging time of more approachable, relatable type jewelry that could widen the Cartier audience also. Let's see, I had one thing that he said the love bracelet, incorporating the hardware theme that recently had been preoccupying him, expressing the emerging trend of androgyny, encapsulating his belief in democratization and the modernization of jewelry. He dreamed of jewelry for all day, everyday wear, including jewelry for men. So the love bracelet, as you know, was created, it was unisex, which was sort of a novel idea at the time also. And jewelry that would truly become part of the body, part of the wearer's persona, part of his or her story. So, another way to look at it is that Ciapullo really was one of the, founders of really creating jewelry with meaning. And that was what I think has held his jewelry the test of time of all these decades, because people really relate to things that have meaning. the love bracelet, he was able to shift the emphasis away from the intrinsic value, from social status, from the association of jewels with grandeur, wealth, and authority, while at the same time highlighting the emotion that is in the heart and the soul of jewel, its essence. So, you know, he really took everything from very fine, big stone jewelry into more relatable hardware, and his hope was that the love bracelet would even take place of engagement or wedding ring. So let's see, where are we? So the love bracelet, when he put it together, it was two perfectly shaped elliptical halves that perfectly fit together with a screwdriver. So his idea was that you needed another person to put it on. Two people were needed to put the bracelet on, and the screw that also came with it was the instrument of which to, you know, fasten the love bracelet on. Cartier even opened up a love boutique installed on the Fifth Avenue that built out in this whole type of collection. He really started designing for the 70s woman who were, it was like an emergence of new independent women who wanted to buy their own jewelry that they could wear day or night, minimal and modern with meaning, not the trophy jewels that men bought them. This was jewelry that they could buy for themselves. As he was a big fan of pop culture and Andy Warhol, he also started to pull in objects that he saw in everyday life, you know, just like the soup can Andy Warhol pulled in, and he started to become fascinated with the hardware store, which is where in 1972 he designed a whole collection based on nails. And as I was able to show you, you know, this is an original. It's the jumbo Aldo Ciapullo nail bracelet, and even the simplicity with the way it opens and closes. So moving on, he then, just to show you another piece of Aldo Ciapullo, he went on to design softer. He brought back some of his David Webb, and we're going to have this piece for sale today. This is actually a very special piece from Aldo Ciapullo, but just to show you his use of color and stone and geometry and the pillow-like softness of his stones, the rope interconnecting the stones, and his use of hardware and everything he did, and repeated patterns, which was, you know, a big thing that moved on into the 80s, where a lot of the houses took, you know, a simple pattern and repeated it and created entire collections from it. So he wanted, in the 70s, with these softer, colorful stones, he created, it was called his Rounds collection, and it focused on the circle, which to him was the purest geometric form, the shape of the sun, the moon, the globe, and a symbol of eternity and everlasting love. No beginning, no end. He worked with colors and hard stones, and the hard stones were completely smooth, soft edge, so they had like a voluptuous shape to them. Because all jewelry curves towards the body. Roundness is the shape that caresses. So, you know, just giving you a little background, the love bracelet, he said, represented my awareness in the strength of technology and where life was going. I continued this thought in my designs for nails and screws. And he built out entire collections, and it became much more accessible jewelry. Now we see so much jewelry today. This is also one of his original bracelets, and he did an opening that was easy to take on and off. But again, you have the curved feature, the simplicity of design, and you know, we could talk about all of the jewelry designers in 2024 who are using hardware, and you know, his total industrial slant in their jewelry today, and really start to see just, you know, at that time in life how he really, you know, had a pulse on what was happening and made jewelry much more approachable to everybody. So with that, we can talk a little bit about this beautiful, this is the one like trophy piece for today, and it's Aldo Ciapullo. I'm gonna just pull up on here. We have a 1970s carved carnelian, onyx, and diamond accent bracelet here. And it's almost like a bullseye effect. You know, it has sort of a bullseye feel to it. It's 132 grams, so you can get a sense of the weight. And you can see the twisted rope design with the diamonds, you know, with the diamonds in between. But look, even at the back, the pieces are literally held in by little screws. So everything, the craftsmanship and the way he did things, to me, this is like, you know, we're starting out with one and only, you know, major collector's item. I'm just curious how long this one is. I think it's probably 7 inches. So it's 7 inches in length, and it is item ASC 5383, just so we can pin it up there and you can start to see the details of this. Hi, Joshua. I'm here now. I wanted to, you know, see how you guys feel about learning a little bit. Like I thought maybe the next time we would talk about Marina B, who's Marina Bulgari, and, you know, just to have a little chat to understand where all these artisans are placed in the history of jewelry and how they contributed to modern day jewelry. So this one is ASC 5383. Can we get that one pinned up? And all the pricing today is for domestic US shipping. So if there's the need to ship out of the country, it would be great if you could send an email to Nikos at luxurypromise.com so he can negotiate the best shipping. And hi, Kelly. Nice to see you here. I'm just trying to get, Joshua, are we able to get the first item pinned up? Great. So this is a very rare 1970s piece. To be honest, I've never seen anything like it before. And but he was very much into the mix of carnelian and black onyx. Don't you think that was pretty much signature? We have Natalia who's just joined us here, helping me out today. Again, it's 7 inches in length. It's really just a beautiful statement piece. And funny enough, like in terms of, I'm gonna put it on. I wish I could offer the nail bracelet, but as I received the bracelet, as quickly as I received this, because it is also just a collector's item, this one sold right away. It's actually getting shipped to its new home tomorrow. But just, you know, just to show you, this to me is like quintessential Aldo Ciapullo. Any questions anyone has on this one? Again, it's, as you know, ASC 5383. Okay, so moving on for now, I thought it would be nice today to do a mix of, let's see if I can pull up my sheet. I thought it would be nice today to do a mix of, of Italian jewelry, some modern Italian jewelry, and then work it in with some David Webb at the end. And funny enough, even in the David Webb pieces that I brought today, I really, you know, I'm able to see, you know, the influence of Ciapullo, you know, during that time in the jewelry house of David Webb. So as we move on, the first piece that we have is a special offering today. I've shown this before. It's the Diamond Illusion tennis necklace, which is ASC 5139. And I thought it would be fun today to have more Cartier today. This lariat is part of the Italian conversation today, so we're going to talk about that. It's going to be David Webb today. I thought it would be nice if we sort of did segments of different designers, and next time it will probably be mostly Cartier. But the first piece I have is this Diamond Illusion tennis necklace, which gives an impact of this beautiful, you can see it on, 16-inch, and on it looks like this very important diamond tennis necklace. It's all bezel set in 14 karat yellow gold. It's 16 inches, it's 1.6 carats in diamonds, and the diamonds go all the way around the front, and then the back is etched so that it's finished beautifully, but you can see that it's sort of etched gold versus the front part here, which is diamonds. And today we're doing a special promotion on this one. We've lowered the price, as a kickoff for fall, for a very special promotional price of, I think it's 3,015 pounds, and normally it's 4,100 pounds. So I thought that would be a fun thing to show. Yeah, it's a good one. Thank you for that. Any questions I can share with you about it? The length is 16 inches. It can always be shortened. We have an assortment of different styles that we're going to be showing over the course of the next couple of weeks. But, it's a good sort of high-low mix where you can have a beautiful, important necklace on and then mix it with one of these. The girls in New York are they're layering them because they have, it's a lot of impact for a good price point. So this is, again, ASC 5139, and it's our gold shaped diamond illusion tennis necklace, all round set bezels, and it's a beauty. Just to show you it up a little closer, can you see it clearly? If I pull it up, you can see the diamonds in there. It really has the impact of a much more expensive necklace, don't you think?
Yeah,
Natalia?
absolutely.
We can put it on your sweater and show how that looks today, and then move on to the next item. Okay. So
I can't really see.
Yeah, you can see it on Natalia. It's a great length on her. It looks great. My rule of thumb for jewelry is that everything needs to stand alone, that you can wear it alone, but it looks great together. So moving on to the next piece, we're gonna talk about the Crivelli necklace, one of my favorites. It's a 16-inch with a pillow shape diamond piece. And when I say 16 inches, it's adjustable in the back. And let's see, we have pretty, right? Mm-hmm. I'm looking, the 16-inch necklace has 2.26 carats of diamonds, and the stones are always EF color stones, VS quality. That's why I like the jewelry from Crivelli, because the quality is always there. Very high-end Italian jewelry. And it's on an 18 karat gold chain. Again, I'll take it off. You can see the back has a little bit of adjustability to it, so you can link it up, shorter. There's a couple of openings to link it at like 3 different lengths on here. And this one is ASC 5052. So we can pin ASC 5052. See when that comes up. For me, this is like an everyday necklace that you don't ever need to take off. You put it on and you don't need to take it off. Again, I only like Italian jewelry that I think has a timelessness to it. And, look how great even these two pieces look together or alone. So pulling up, let's see if we can get ASC 5052, which is, yes, the short Crivelli Italian gold chain necklace. As now I have that coming off. So 16 inches in length, all, EF color stones, VS quality. a great, you know, adder to your everyday wearable jewelry. And then we can add the next piece, which would be a Crivelli paperclip earring, which is ASC 5374. So I'm just sort of trying to show like a building of different jewelry together so that you can see how nicely it all works together. So I have this on. Maybe I put it on upside down this time. Yeah. Of course they did. Okay. So this is the Crivelli paperclip with 2 pear-shaped diamonds on it. It's ASC. The paperclip earring is ASC 5374. And the length of the earring is 1 1/4 inches. There's 2 pear-shaped diamonds on it in diamond pave, and it just really becomes like a super wearable everyday earring, also not too dressy. And you know, I feel like all of these pieces work whether you're wearing contemporary modern jewelry or you end up putting something vintage on with it. It all has a really pretty look together. So this is the paperclip earring, ASC 5374. The length is 1 1/4 inches. I'm just looking to see the other details on it. But can you get a close-up and see what it looks like? You see the 2 pear shapes? I'm going to take it off and put it up close for the camera just so you can see the pear-shaped diamonds on it. Right, ASC 5374. It's 18 karat gold. All of this jewelry is 18 karat gold from Crivelli. And again, also set with beautiful EF color stones, VS quality. A great everyday into evening earring. Works well. I put my lariat on and I'm ready to go. Right? So the next earring we have that you can also wear with that is a real favorite of mine, which is the Crivelli. It's sort of a marquee shape diamond hoop. And this one is ASC 5371. And this earring has a 2-inch drop, but it has diamonds on the inside and out. And this is really like the shape of modern hoops now, you know, not the traditional round. It's got a great look on. It's 2 inches from here to the drop on the earring. Just looking to see, we have a 2-inch drop on that. It's Italian 18 karat gold. And these are all staple pieces. You know, I sort of look at these like as the building block of your wardrobe. So say I had a beautiful like Bulgari chain on right now. Like you have a simple, clean, modern, contemporary earring. It still also works beautifully together. So it's sort of about just putting it all on using it as a building block so that you can wear it with your contemporary jewelry or your vintage jewelry. This is ASC 5371. Any questions? Really love this earring. One of my favorites. You can see the diamonds on the inside and the outside. It opens with a hinge. Really easy to wear. All good. Okay, so the next item we have is another beautiful earring from Crivelli that I love. And it's ASC let's see what we got here. We have ASC let's see which one we have here. The drop earring. the chain link earring. I'm losing my mind at this point. The Crivelli chain link earring would be, no, that's the chain. I don't know why it's not showing up in front of me. Maybe it's the, it is ASC 5375. Let's see when you pull up the picture. ASC 5375. What do you think, Joshua? Do we have the right earring? We'll take off these now and move on to ASC 5375. Josh, are we pulling up? Okay, great. We pulling up ASC 5375. All right, well, I can go on to another earring. We can do the ASC 5376, which is the Crivelli Infinity Hoop. Oh, no, you got it. Okay, okay, you got it. All right, thank you. Okay, so this is a chain link earring, which has, and the other thing I forgot to mention about all of Crivelli's earrings is that there's a right and left. Everything's constructed for a right and left ear, which is, the same thing you'd expect from Cartier. Because most people's ears are a little tilted and you need a little bit of an assist that the posts are put in a way for a right and a left ear. It's just the way fine jewelry should be made. But as you can see, this has beautiful movement to it. It's sort of like the feeling of all the chains we're wearing today. I'm going to bring it up close to the camera so you can see it. Just made really beautifully. And the length on this one's like an inch and 1.75 inches. So it's under 2 inches. So it's a nice drop, not too much. Really, again, you can see like with the necklace on, all of it works well together. Looks good. Italian 18 karat gold. You can see the details with the description. And just, pieces that I feel that are all like wearable, accessible, everyday jewelry that you won't grow tired of. That's another thing about collecting. It's sort of like, if you see this is circles, and a lot of the things that I'm showing you are circles and simple, because the more that things get over-designed, the more that over time you'll end up not liking those things anymore. So I think that, staying with the simple shapes in nature that we all love, like circles, again, will create longevity for you loving the earring. Right, look exactly like the actress Jenna Fisher. Is that a good thing? Do we know who she is?
No, but I can Google her.
Well, I'm incognito today, Nina, so I'm just sort of, I'm taking Amy's place, and I needed a giggle. I haven't done this show in a couple of weeks, so, I'm trying to get back into, like, getting on with the girls for an hour and discussing all things jewelry. I mean, really what I want to do with you guys is find, like, a format that would be fun, of things that we could discuss. I think a little learning about jewelry. And then, my vantage point is buying jewelry that you're not going to grow tired of. And I think that that's the biggest thing I've seen in my career, is just watching women, wake up with a drawer full of junk that they now like want to sell, and the value isn't there. A lot of them may not necessarily need the money, so that makes it even harder to sell it for them, because they feel they paid X and they'd like to get at least close to X to sell it. And it's just it's about smart collecting. I was telling someone, I had a story this week of someone I was able to buy back a Marina B choker from. And she bought it for me probably, I don't know, 2-3 years ago, maybe 3 years ago. And I noticed she wasn't really enjoying it like some of the other pieces she got for me. And there was another client who'd reached out to me, really wanted the necklace. I was able to offer my client her money back for the piece and then sell it to another client and still make some money on the piece. So, again, that's a good feeling. And the client who bought the piece, I know that she was able to get good value from it because we recently bought that choker with a cuff in auction, and the price on the next choker is going to be a lot more. So it's really, when I start collecting with people, when I can, I really want to try to find things for them that they stand the test of time, they retain a value that makes you happy with them. And if you're going to buy some contemporary pieces to mix in to have, a different style, it's nice to buy things that are modern and now, but have a simplicity to them in the design that you'll never grow tired of. So as we move off of our Crivelli earrings for today, which, again, it's a lot like the necklaces, but if you look at all these designs, it's really like circles and ellipticals, and goes to show that nothing's changed all these years later. Another pretty earring is this infinity, which again is another shape in nature, the elliptical hoop. And this one is ASC 5376. I've got to look up that person from the office. I can't think of who it is off the bat. See if it goes in this year, because like with all of Crivelli's earrings, again, we have a right and a left. Nina, where are you from? Oh, I'm looking at a picture of, Jenna Fisher. Okay, I know who that is. That's a compliment. I'll take it. She's cute, right? Yeah. That's so funny. So these are the Crivelli elliptical hoops. And let's see, this is ASC 5376. We're going to move on to the next one, Joshua. ASC 5376. And this earring has a 2-inch drop. Now again, this is all constructed in 18 karat gold. I love the flow on this earring. And look how the infinity frames your face. I mean, to me, this is just so simple. Nina, I'm from Denver. So nice to meet you. Well, I'm glad that you're at least joining the conversation. And you can always DM me through my Instagram, and we can talk privately about any of the pieces you saw today. This is a conversation starter, and sometimes it takes a little one-on-one to take another look at these pieces and share more information on them. So I'm so happy to meet with any of you one-on-one as well, on behalf of Luxury Promise and our collaboration. And, it's all good. But as we're looking at earrings now, look how beautiful these are. And they're so simple. But again, it's sort of the infinity shape. So another like organic shape in nature that we're all drawn to. Who doesn't like the feeling of infinity? And it really frames your face. And, with the type of quality that they use, they just pop, even in their simplicity, don't you think? Yeah. I mean, really happy, easy. Again, I could see someone putting these on 20 years from now and still loving them as well. Anyway, it's no fun to be good with spending, Nina. That's no fun. Just kidding. She's like, I'm trying to be good with spending. I'm like, is that any fun? So, let's see where we are next. We are now, let's see what our timing is. It's 3:35. So you know what? I'm going to go on to the best necklace of them all, which is a new arrival from Italy, and it's the Mariner Link necklace. This one is ASC 5386, also from Crivelli. It has about 386 carats in diamonds. Actually, I'll look up the exact amount she told me. it was, yes, 366 carats in diamonds, sorry. All E-color VS clarity stones. And this Mariner link moves up and down. So we can pull up now ASC 5386, Joshua. Thank you so much for bearing with me. Anyone else have anything funny to say today? This is definitely, new experience for me doing these live shows. So I appreciate any feedback. We really try to up the level of information that comes along with the jewelry so that you could start to get more comfortable with exactly what's being shown and for sale. So this beautiful Mariner link, it's an 18-inch drop from, top to bottom. I can actually stand up just to show you the drop. So it's about 36 inches of 18 karat chain, but look how beautifully they took this Mariner link. Has been around forever. Everyone's used it. Gucci uses it. Hermes has used it. And then we have curb chain. So they took two very, timeless elements and made this lariat out of it, again, because they're elements that are never going to grow, you're never going to grow tired of. And what I love the most about this lariat is you can wear it two different ways. I also love it wrapped short. I got to pull the chain so I don't lose the chain, but it's really, it has a little bit of an edgier vibe when you do it this way. I have to pull all the chains, but as you can see, I'm not doing a good job of this on the camera, but but this is really, another way to wear the same piece, and it's now sort of has an edgier element to it. You can wear it short, wrapped around your neck. Somebody said you could wrap it around, it could be a little bit of a dog collar on the right puppy love in your life. But it's a new arrival, just came from Italy, and I think it's just, really, you don't really even need to go buy clothes this fall, right? You just need to go get a new Crivelli lariat like this, and it looks good with everything. And it's also, again, either a simple layering piece. You can wear a short necklace with it. If you're wearing an outfit where you want to wear the link up high, you can wear the link up high. Thank you, Trudy. I love the Crivelli pieces, as you can see also by the widespread of, pieces as we get ready to move into how well it's going to mix with the David Webb pieces that are coming up next. There's absolutely an earring to match your Crivelli necklace. I mean, it really depends if you want, like a hoop, or you want, this is actually really a match for the necklace. This is the chain link earring. So this is really beautiful, but there's really, depends what look you want to put with it. But I think all of the Crivelli earrings work effortlessly with the necklace that you have. If you want something a little more subtle, I would just put a little paper clip on, right? What do you think, Trudy? Which one should I show up more detail about? Do you like the chain link earring, or do you need something? There's one that we didn't get to show today, and this is an elliptical infinity hoop. This could also be super pretty with the Crivelli necklace. Anyway, feel free. You can also DM me, and I can show you lots of different earrings, unless you see something you'd like me to tell you more information about. Yes, it is actually. On this earring, this one really closely matches the necklace. So, as you can see from the hardware on it, it's kind of a cool, and it's far enough away from your neck that it sort of looks pretty together. But yeah, you can see the play in the hardware. As a matter of fact, next week I'm going to have the matching bracelet for that necklace. I might even be able to show a little preview. It's not for sale today, but the bracelet's in the box, if we can pull it out. Pretty, right, Trudy? Okay. Anything else you want me to show you up close before we move on to David Webb? We are gonna get going and add another fun necklace. This is my favorite. This is a David Webb short 5 segment, ASC 5384. I mean, look at the channels on this with the black enamel and the diamond. I'm trying to get it so you can see it up close. ASC 5384. And just to go back to you for a second, Trudy, look what we have here. We have the bracelet that matches the necklace. So we can discuss that also. How cool is that? It's a double link chain with the same hardware as the necklace. So moving on to David Webb. This is a beautiful 15.5-inch 5-segment necklace. Let's see where we are. Okay, I'm gonna take this off for now. That has 5 segments of diamonds in it. Let's see what we have about that. We have a total, it's 15.5 inches in length. There's 4 carats of diamonds, and each segment of diamond is wrapped in an enamel cap on each end. So you have 18 karat gold, platinum, and diamonds in this necklace. Again, the length is 15.5 inches. I think, to me, this is really, if you're someone who wants to be unique and have an everyday necklace that nobody else has, I mean, this is sort of, a great choice for that. And look how well, you can take, just a simple Italian gold chain and layer it, and you have a great necklace story on. Like I love to start layering. So now you have a mix of modern in the chain. This one is ASC 5381. This is an Italian gold chain. And, but it's 18 karat and it's Italian and it's semi-hollow. I think I'm just trying to look at how many grams it is so that you can sort of get an idea of the weight. It should be in the description. Yes, the 18.5 inches, about 27 grams, this chain. And, to me, these are building blocks to create your necklace story. And I love the clasp on it because you can hang charms off of it or you can lariat it. So now we have, 2 different pieces. We have old and new. We have the David Webb beautiful 5-section diamond capped, shown here with a modern gold necklace. And it's really about like starting to show how, it all works together and you can sit down and create a story that's your necklace story and very unique to your personal style. So again, this one, the gold chain is ASC 5381. It's 18 inches in length. I mean, I love the link on it, like the elongated ovals on it and the short ovals, because it has a vintage vibe to it. So that's kind of what drew me to this chain. It has a beautiful vintage vibe to it. In case anyone's interested, we can always do a recap. Feel free to DM me at Amy Segal Jewellery on my Instagram, and we can discuss any of the pieces that we've seen today. So moving on to the next piece, we're gonna go to add to our story today. We have on our David Webb necklace, and now we're gonna put on an 18 karat gold 70s retro ring from David Webb. Really one of my favorites. As a matter of fact, then I'll move into this one. But I mean, like, how good is this story together? It does get exciting. But, again, like, look at this story together. This story looks really good together. So the retro ring is ASC 5382. Sorry for the And just to talk a little bit more about it, we have, it's a size 6.5, but it's resizable. Actually, maybe this is not the 6.5 one. I'm just gonna pull it up over here. 1 second. We have the, let's see, we have the Brilliant Cut Retro ring. We have, okay, so the Pave ring is actually a size 7. You have the information that comes up on there. I'm just looking to see if it shows how many carats of diamonds. It doesn't, but it's in excellent condition, like all of my vintage jewelry, and it has that hammered finish on it that, you know, is so well, is such a signature to David Webb. And what I really love about it is the simplicity of design, you know, and it also has sort of like, you know, a feel of like an arrow, something pointing in a direction, and like the geometry. When you see the two pieces together, it gives me, you know, such a retro vibe to it, but so relevant and now, which is really very cool. I'm really a big fan of Webb's earlier pieces before they became very
Kind of
designed.
looks like it was designed by Aldo Cipulo, actually.
Well, again, you know, that's a very good. I think that's why I was drawn to it. Like, you can really see, you know, I don't know which the cart came before the horse, but you know, because I know that they also trained Aldo Cipulo, David Webb, but you can see a lot of the influence that he moved forward with. And contributed to David Webb and these other design houses. So this, again, is ASC 5382, and its sister ring is ASC, with the black enamel, is 5385. Really, both gorgeous rings, both sizable. This one's a 6.5 right now, but you know, in true Webb fashion, he always puts an insert on the inside. That's usually where the signature is on David Webb also. But just to get a close up, you can see what, I mean, it's in pristine condition. Really, you know, a nice cocktail ring. But again, like if you're in city living, I mean, I would, you know, this one may be a little more daytime than the other one, but I think they're both super mod, and you know, I love this look together. So I'd like to have both of them. Maybe they're not for sale today. This would be a much better choice than buying more clothing for the wardrobe. I think I would much rather have these David Webb rings. So this one again is ASC 5385, as Joshua's pulled up. Thank you, Joshua, for your help today. Any questions on this ring? Okay, so moving on to the last two pieces, we have ASC. We have another David Webb ring. That's another favorite, very wearable. ASC 5387. And it's this ring that also has the feel of infinity. It's 32 grams of gold, signed Webb. It's fashioned like in this elongated twist with sort of scales on it. But again, very signature to David Webb style. A great, really day into evening, no diamonds on it, no stones, very wearable ring. The length from top to bottom is 36 millimeters. And, you know, as in all the rings, we have the insert here for a little bit smaller finger. It can, you know, I end up wearing it on a lot of different fingers. But to me, these are like super cool, you know, mod, you know. Does this, you know, ring story get any better?
Cool.
Love this story. So this is ASC 5387. And I think it's just a very easy to wear if you're in city living, because it has no diamonds on it. People really love to find, great rings that have no stones on it, so that they're easy to wear. You can wear it on pretty much any finger. Just to show you the design up close, and the finish on it, super cool and pretty. But look how I pulled even from, these old designs, things that have something organic to shapes in nature and a geometry to them. Because, that's what really holds for people and keeps people's attention over time, versus really over-designed pieces that seem so exciting in the moment and then not so much in a couple of years from now. And our last piece for today is the grand and most gorgeous David Webb cuff with this beautiful crystal cabochon that's cut on the top and etched. You can see even the way they etched into it, it sort of gives like a little bit of that same scale design you just saw in the rings. And even this to me feels like so Aldo Ciapullo, doesn't it? Now that I see everything from earlier Webb. This one is ASC 5183, and you have 3 carats of diamonds here. The inside is like a 6 1/4 inner circumference, but it has a hinged cuff here. Again, ASC 5183. You can see the beautiful carved crystal on it. It's in pristine condition. I mean, the rope-like design of the gold that holds the crystal in place, it almost looks like, gold ropes that are holding the crystal. And like the nail heads on the end, sort of like, you really start to look at everything differently once your love affair with Aldo Ciapullo starts, which mine started a long time ago. But, and the fact that he's super adorable. I don't think I got to show, we should show them a picture of Ciapullo. He's really was a charming, apparently. Wish I had known him. Let's show the young one.
Yeah.
Really a good one when we find it. But this is ASC 5183, crystal gold and diamond cuff. Really beautiful design. I would say it's for, a wrist size that's on the smaller side. I'm very small, so I would say maybe average size wrist with a 6 1/4 circumference. Construction, he always sets his diamonds in platinum. You have the 18 karat gold. David Webb is a US-based designer from New York. And to me, again, a simplicity of design to this piece that makes it still so relevant and wearable today. Really, really a fun favorite piece. So, is there anything I can recap or show anyone before we start to sign off and say thank you for coming to our show today? I wanted to show you guys a picture of Aldo Ciapullo. This was Aldo Ciapullo. I mean, really, you can't make it up. He was quite the, he was back in the Studio 54 days, and running in the social circuit and friends with the who's who of the social register. Everybody loved him because he had such a charming persona to him. So you can see I'm a big fan, but I love to see his influence pretty much in all the jewelry that I was able to share today. And if we don't have any questions, then I will take my leave for today. If there's anything that anyone wants to re-see again or that I can show you, just let me know. And otherwise, look forward to our next visit together. Thank you for joining us today.